text is changing the title from EMA statutes, in the plural, because it's only one statute, to statute of the Erasmus Mundus Student and Alumni Association, which is our formal name, because our name is not actually Erasmus Mundus Association, but Erasmus Mundus Student and Alumni Association. That's the registered name. And EMA is an approved abbreviation, but we have to use the full name. And per a legal requirement, we also have to use the form of the association every time we use its name. So it's AISBL, which is an international non-profit association per the Belgian law. So the title of the statute, from plural to singular, and changing EMA to Erasmus Student Association, linguistic improvement. Is there any concerns?
That's good.
So may I say in further minutes it's approved by consensus?
Yeah.
Please raise your hands.
Or maybe just the opposite. How you can just write down?
For the future, let's only raise our hands if there's concerns. If there is no concerns, we can have it by consensus. If there's no consensus, then we can vote by raising hands.
Yeah, makes sense.
So the second would be the present document shall be referred to as the EMA statutes, which shall be governing the Erasmus Student and Alumni Association, shall be replacing the EMA statutes as it stands, amended and approved by the EMA General Assembly in 2017 in Brussels. So there's been two amendments, 2017, 2019. We suggest this deletion because it's no longer functioning here. We'll replace it with something else at the end. This used to be in the beginning. You can see our EMA current statute if you go on the website. EMA Erasmus Mundus em/a.eu/documents. It's under EMA Statute 2019. So em.a.eu/document /document. So title, the first title would be name and seat of the association. It actually this article contains more than the name and seat. It says, for example, here that it's governed by the Belgian law. It says here that it's what its form is. So we suggest renaming it to name of the association, or to about the association. So naming title 1 from name and seat of the association to about the association. Because we contain more than, again, that's linguistic. What's the purpose of wasting our time on this? It's that whoever reads the statute will be able to, as much as possible, navigate it very thoroughly. And that's our research aims. So is there any concerns about this? May I say it's approved by consensus?
Yes.
Thank you. So the name of the association, that's Article 1.1. The name of the organization. So here it says organization. We're not actually an organization, we're an association. So the name of the organization is Erasmus Mundus Student and Alumni Association, hereinafter EMA, or Association for External and Internal Communications. Erasmus Mundus Association can be used if deemed appropriate. The association shall be established in this form. So we'll abbreviate it by saying, so this is the new article, is in blue, this is the pre-article. We remove organization because we're not an organization. The present statute established so we added the instead of is the Erasmus Mundus, established the Erasmus Mundus Student and Alumni Association, shortened as Erasmus Mundus Association. Again, it's not whether it's deemed appropriate. At any point, you can just use the shortened version. And abbreviated as EMA, hereinafter the association. Just linguistic improvement and correction from organization to association. Is there any concerns about this? Okay, so may I say that's approved by consensus?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much. Article 1.2, it says the association is governed by Title 3 of the Belgian law of 27 June 1921 on non-profit organizations, international non-profit organizations, and foundations. So that used to be the title of the previous Belgian law in 1921 that was active up until the new law was issued in 2019 and it entered into force with a deadline until 2021. So the previous law is now revoked. So we suggest deleting this article and replacing it with a new law somewhere else. I'll let you know where we put the new law. So this article will be deleted for, I believe, obvious reasons. Is everybody on the same line? It will be changed with, which is a legal requirement, all actions, invoices, announcements, publications, and other documented emanating from the association shall contain the name EMA preceded or immediately followed by International Non-Profit Association or Association Internationale Sans Lucrative, which is the same meaning in English, or the abbreviation AISBL, as well as the address of its headquarters or the abbreviation EMA AISBL. This is again a legal requirement. We have to, every time use in an official document the name EMA, we have to follow it by AISBL. So we added that in the statute. Is there any concerns about this part?
I have a question, just not a concern.
Yes.
The left part and the right part seem to be not related to each other.
Yes.
The left part is saying how it's by what is it governed, and the right part is just saying that we need to use this name.
Yes. So the left part by what it's governed, that's a very good question. 1.2 used to be under Article 1, which is name and seat of the association. Or under Article 1, name of the association, as you can see here. So it shouldn't be under the name by what law it's governed, because this would make it hard. If somebody's looking at, somebody opens the statute from any of the attendees, but to find out by what law it's governed, you see the title of this article, name of the association. They wouldn't know per se that this includes the law that governs it. So we suggest creating an Article 4 later, which is this one, that governs here. It says legal and regulatory framework governing the association and clustering everything that's related to the legal framework in one article so that it's easier for anybody who reads to know where to find this information. So I will return to Article 1.1, 1.2. Is there any concerns for the text?
Question.
Yes.
So we only need to use AISBL if you're using the acronym EMA, or do we also
Even if we use the full name, that's legal requirement.
Right, but is that because when I read this, I immediately, I'm not a lawyer, but I just understood that you only need to use AISBL when you use EMA, not the full name.
Yeah, but you're not doing
On an official document. No, we don't have to use the full name on an official
No,
document.
but if we use the full name, do I need to put AISBL?
Yes.
But that's not obvious from the law.
We would have to redraft it then.
Yeah.
How would you suggest it to be redrafted?
Because can't we just say like anytime obviously the legal speak, right? Anytime the name of the association is used, it needs to be suffixed with AISBL, no? Because that would then take all the combinations possible, and the acronym as well as the full name. Because this only puts the requirement that if you use acronym AISBL.
Can we help with an hyper? Because this is a keyboard that's strange for me.
Okay.
Or I can type on my own keyboard. So again, this is the democratic process.
No,
By the
so
way,
I don't know if this is like...
no, this is a
exactly that like
very good
right
concern.
before
I mean, it's difficult to understand. The point is to optimize. And again, if we waste some time on it, this is our very foundational document. So it's just work. So can you write, would you be able to type on this? So from shall contain the name, shall be, which contain, which contain, which contain, contain, no, contain, let's say EMA, or before EMA, Erasmus Mundus Association, Erasmus Mundus Student and Alumni Association in quotations.
All actions, invoices, and
Or Erasmus Mundus Association. Or Erasmus Mundus abbreviation ASBL and delete as well. Delete the rest of it. Okay. So the new text reads, all actions, invoices, announcements, obligations, and other documents, we can limit it to official documents.
Oh, yeah.
Other official documents in this case.
Yeah, thus we would have to use it for social media as well.
Yes, for social media we don't have to.
Exactly.
Official documents emanating from the association, which contain Erasmus Mundus Student and Alumni, can you put them in quotations, Erasmus Mundus Student and Alumni Association or Erasmus Mundus Association or EMA, shall be immediately followed by International Non-Profit Association or Association Internationale Sans But Lucratif or the abbreviation ASBL. This also includes the financial report, for example. Is there any further concerns on the new text? Yes. Please.
Yes, I think we should remove VE at the end because it should be lucrative.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Or abbreviation, where
Yes.
the abbreviation.
The French spelling is incorrect.
Yeah.
Lucrative. The word lucrative. IF.
IF at the end,
Above
Says
session.
lucrative.
remove VE. Yeah.
TIF. It will be TIF.
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 Yes, that's true. That's true. Thank you. Yes.
Should we also
Just a
put that?
suggestion, if there is a clause which is for the correction or amendment, mark it there, mark in and we take it, and
Okay.
contact him and we take it, the voting at the end, with the financial report. If we correct it like this, we will waste a lot of time.
Well, let's move faster then.
Yeah.
Any further concerns? Yes.
Razi, could we confirm, please, if it's Erasmus Mundus Student and Alumni
This
Association,
is the official name.
or if it's Erasmus Mundus Students and Alumni Association? Thank you.
I just typed it. That's right. Thank you. Any further concerns? That it's approved by consensus, I believe.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Let's move to a new article, Article 1.3. So if you can make the screen larger. Again, shall be bound by this legal framework. As you said, we'll move it to a different article for clarity. We shall suggest an article for the logo because we plan to trademark the logo, by the way. The association logo features a circular design with three curved book pages and a feather against the colored background. Inter alia means, among others, the book pages could include white and the background could include blue. Can you go down to feature the logo? So this is the logo. By the way, I don't know if anybody noticed, these are book pages with a feather and this design. Yes, please.
Can we just go up?
Where it is about colors, about white it's okay, but about blue it should be added this index color because blue.
No, we don't have to. It's just so that it's recognizable for the trademark purposes.
But if it will be trademark, it will be needed.
No, we'll send the copy of the photo for the trademark and just a description. It doesn't have to be accurate. Again, this is a legal requirement. It's quite technical. You don't have to worry about it.
Because things when they're printed, they take different colors. I was just working with it and
Yes,
if we
but
have an issue with this trademark, when the color was printed a bit different in the
Yeah,
contract.
but this is not
And
that
it
good.
was not corresponded.
it's. I'm sure it's fine like this. It's just to describe it. Again, there's no way you could use words to actually describe it. But I think it's whoever reads this knows that there's theme of this. So again, we can vote on that.
I had a quick question.
Yes.
What is the ramification of having, like, I understand the trademark stuff, of course, but what is the point of putting the logo and branding stuff in the statute? Because that might change in the future,
So
correct?
that we have copyrights over it.
It's to prove copyright. Okay.
Yes, to prove that we own it.
Okay, then I think we need to also then copyright, have like the MRGA logo.
At some point, we will try to, but I mean, this is the most important thing to do
Obviously,
now.
definitely.
Yes.
But then also one more thing. Anytime you have a logo, you also need like the inverse of it, like if it's a user interface background, then you need another logo because like the background would be the blue or the white or whatever.
Yes, that's why we said inter area. It could be white and the background could be blue, but could also be other things. Again, just to ensure that this is under our. Any further concerns? I mean, we could vote if there's. Okay, then I believe it's approved by consensus. So Article 2, if you just read it for the sake of time, a new article is about legal personality. This is what the law is. Nothing new. Any concerns on this? I believe it's approved by consensus. Article 2. The previous Article 2.1, new Article 2.3, it's registered at Tribunal d'Entreprise Francophone de Bruxelles. We just added where it's registered because that's a legal requirement. It's a commercial, can you add the Francophone Commercial Tribunal of Brussels? And we added the nom d'entreprise, which is like our ID number. Okay, or later, let's just use only the French name because. Okay. So again, correction from organization to association per the new law. Is new Article 3.1 approved? So new Article 3.2 is the registered seat of the association. We amended it so that we can change if our rental contract expires and we have to move somewhere else. We added, or any other seat decided by the management board, we then need to amend the present statute. It used to be in the statute here. We just clarified that if our rental expires, we can just use it. So is Article, which is 2.2, but became 3.2 clearer, is that approved? By consensus?
I have a question here.
Yes.
Don't we have to have at all time an address?
A what?
Don't we have to have by all time an address?
Yes.
And where it is? Because it says is seated
Yes.
for the purpose of postal communication.
Yes.
But that's postal communication. We have a registered address.
We only have to have the postal address.
And that's referred where?
It's in Rue Joseph II.
No. Where is that reserved? Like,
Article
where
new
is-
Article 3.2, old Article 2.1.
no, I understand that. What I don't understand is where it is referred in the law that there only should be a postal communication. Because I've never worked in Belgium, but I've worked in
The
different.
law is 300 pages.
Yeah, but it would be good to share. Double check, because I've never
At
heard
this
this.
point, I can't pull the full article.
Okay, we have to trust you then.
Yeah. Okay, is that approved by consensus on that basis?
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Article 4, again, we just have 5 articles. 4, this is the one I was referring to, is governed by this law. This is the new law. You can check that the spelling of the name is correct, I believe. We can add the new law's English spelling. Would that be more appropriate? If that's in the minute, we'll add the new law's English spelling. 4.2, it shall be bound by the statute and further guided by the internal regulations, policies, and guidelines, and other relevant documents which are not part of the statutes to clarify that they are not the official statute insofar as they align with the present statute. Is that until 4.3 and until 4.3? So 4.1 until 4.3. Is there any concerns about that? It's a new article, just to clarify. Okay, we also added 4.4. Again, we're almost at the end. 4.4 is the interpretation of the statute should be in good faith, best interest of EMA, best interest of the Erasmus community. Just give us 5 more minutes. Is there any concerns of this article? So it's for the people who read the article and want to interpret it, they interpret it on these guidelines. Good faith, or whatever the good faith interpretation. The best interest of EMA and then the best interest of the Erasmus community. Is that approved? Is there any concerns? I believe it's approved by consensus. Here we're going into previously controversial but now settled areas.
Just to make sure, those who are meeting people, for this until how long we need, we'll go proceed, okay? So don't worry about the minute taken because people has the chance to ask the question and it's the best time.
Yes.
It's the best time to accept or discuss these things. Okay, Caroline, I think it's okay for us. If everyone allows, we'll continue until we finish. Okay, because this is the best time to get your concern. This is important for us. So Razi, please.
Yes, let's go back in that case to Article 4.4. So we're saying, again, it's a means of interpreting the statute. Why is that important? Because sometimes the literal meaning means something, but the actual meaning that the text is trying to convey might be different. And there would be conflicts on that. So we put what are the guidelines to interpret it. And in our case, the best guidelines would be good faith, which is the best interpretation that aligns with the text. It's a legal phrase, good faith. And the best interest of the association, so the association comes first, EMA comes first, as its members, but also the greater Erasmus Mundus community, who are not part of EMA, would also be a means of interpreting the statute. Do you think that's useful? Do you have any concerns?
You answered it. I just wanted to make sure it was in order, that's it.
That's the order. Do you want to add the clarification in this order, in the present,
yes,
in the order of?
Because the thing is, when I read it, it made sense that it's the best thing, but you need to make sure that...
Add in the order of good faith?
Yeah, or like in order like priority of like considering the good faith, that makes sense.
In the order of good faith, with the best interest of the association, followed and the greater interest of the Erasmus Mundus community into consideration.
Do we need to care about like AISBL, like other stakeholders, or do we only care about EMA and the community and because what do you consider as community, right? Do you mean ordinary members? Do you mean anyone in the EMJV program?
We care about everybody. But, I mean, the way we interpret the statute is we believe the Erasmus Mundus community, anybody who was part of Erasmus Mundus, per what we define it later as, there's a later section on the membership that we won't touch now, but we might touch in later years.
Okay, so because I just want to confirm, because Erasmus Mundus community, they don't have to be an ordinary member and above, they just
Yes.
they can be okay.
Yes. Any further questions?
Just general question. I mean, if this is new, just what's the background that you added this board for?
We want, so I have experience in the management board, and many times we refer to the statute. Many times we don't know what the actual interpretation is. So we are, is it really meaning this or is it really meaning that? We are trying to guide whoever reads the statute, also the management board, when there's a conflict of interpretation, how we actually interpret the statute, how we believe it should be interpreted. That's the meaning of adding it, which I believe is incredibly useful to clarify the meaning and the response. So, any further concerns? Or I believe it's approved by consensus, right? Okay, we shall proceed to Article 3, term of the association. We will delete it because we already mentioned it, that it's an indefinite term in the previous article here, 2.3. So we deleted it because it's too small to be a separate article. It makes we don't want to have too many articles because then it's difficult to follow. Better to have more of a way, like an outline, like this leads to this, leads to this. It's easier to understand. So Article 3 has been deleted. Are there any concerns on its deletion? Title 2, mission, vision, aims, and activities. We will add mission, visions, aims, values, and activities. The values are on the website. It was a long process as to choose what are our values, not us. It was several years ago. They did a survey and they did votes, and what are our core values, we reached them. The mission and vision are the same. We used to have a mission and vision, but if you go on our website, you see our mission and vision, which I believe many of you referred to in their motivation letter, right? That's the good tip, by the way, for people who don't know it. In your motivation letter, always cite the mission and vision of the association and say that you align with it. So, the new mission and vision, which has been established through very lengthy democratic procedures in the past, we will basically add it to the statute. So the previous mission and vision was, EMA's vision is to be change makers to, and that's not a spelling mistake from me, that's from the statute, to, the quotation mark is open, to strive to impact the world at large by addressing important issues that affect our global society. I believe what the people who tried to change it were thinking that this doesn't specifically refer to the Erasmus Mundus Association's work. So we're not trying to make change makers to the world at large. Instead, what we're trying to be with the association's vision is to become a global network of distinguished, connected and active members of the greater Erasmus Mundus community, which is nothing that I suggested. It was 2021, I believe. That was November, that they agreed it and they put it on the website, and now I want to add it on the statute so that our website aligns with our official document. I would say there's no concerns on the mission and vision because we can't change it now. Like it was a very lengthy process to reach this text, and I wouldn't even touch it. I just copied it from the website. You scroll down a bit. This is here on the website. I don't know if you can read it, but I added a screenshot. As to if you open on your laptop, that's where you find it. The mission as well. So this used to be a mission. It then became the mission used to be 4.2, to promote cooperation, mobility through the Erasmus program and the EU program as partner countries to contribute, etc. What it became is the association's mission per our website. Again, I just copied it. Is to foster the academic excellence, professional development, and multicultural exchange of its members and the greater Erasmus Mundus community. That's again our website. Are there any concerns on the missions and visions per Article 5.1 and 5.2? Yes?
It is Emma's mission or mission. It says Emma's mission are, or it is just a typo, it is mission, so it's the mission.
The mission is singular, so it's Emma's mission is.
Okay.
It's one mission. Whereas in the previous, we used to have many missions. So we clustered all those many missions, not we. I mean, I think, not that long, not that long. Yes, please. And does that answer your concern?
Yeah, but is it still mission or you
So,
no,
the left.
Without R.
Yeah, so the previous statute, again, because it's a lengthy process, it did contain potential grammatical typos, but the new statute, I confirm that I read it and double checked it many times, so I would hope it doesn't contain in the statute any typos. Also, it's because of translation. So the official text is in French, and this is in English, we have to translate it to French. That's where typos might occur, or to justify why the previous statute might have had a typo. But the new statute, I believe, is clearer, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had a question, I don't know, maybe I missed it, maybe we defined it earlier, but do we define Erasmus Mundus community? Because Erasmus Mundus community, like we can understand it as Erasmus Mundus students and alumni, but we can also understand it as Erasmus Mundus coordinators, programs, partners, etc. And I feel like if it's a main document, it should be kind of, definitions should be precise.
In my perspective, if we define it, we limit it. We want it to be the greater Erasmus Mundus community. So whatever you believe it is, it is. We don't want to limit it to students, alumni, graduates. What about people who didn't graduate? What about people who died in the middle of the program? What about people who are participating? What about the technical staff, not the coordinator and director? So we want it to be as great as possible. So that's why we say the great. We don't want to limit it to those people. Anybody else we care about as part of what we believe is a community of ours. That's why I would prefer not to define one. I prefer to keep it open to your interpretation and inspiration.
But this means that the mission includes also the development, the exchange,
Yes.
also coordinators and partners.
Yes. Any further concerns on the mission and vision? Articles 5.1, 5.2. Are they approved by consensus? Can we hear a yes?
Yes.
Okay, we shall now return to this. I think that's all of the answer, just one and, can you go up a bit? Okay, so that's the mission and vision. Down, 5.4, that's our values. It's a new article. So our values in the website, it looks like this. So it's EMA about EMA. looks like this, but these are statutes. We can keep them in capital letter, we can put them in small letter, capital letter to capitalize them, or we can just use proper grammar, put them in small letter. But these are our values, which again, through a very lengthy process, I didn't suggest our values for us. What do you prefer first, and second, do you have any questions?
I think we should also include the definition of each of those values, just like how it's on the website, no?
I would be cautious of including that definition in the official document, because again, the definition it's tricky to make it legally official. What sustainability is. Also, these are
It will protect us in the future, of
and
course.
there's no legal. We're just an association that's presenting its values. There's no legal accountability.
But just to note, a question, follow-up question. Usually, whenever you have these statutes, these are the foundation for how you will decide the KPIs of the organization. And I remember at the talk in the morning, they will not talk about like our numbers here good, here they are not good. But if you put certain things there, we need to make sure we have the KPIs to back them up.
Yes. We can add as defined by the internal regulation.
Sure, I think that might be better because.
So we leave it to the internal regulations.
Yeah, which can be subject to change, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
which is subject to. Again, it's because these are interpreted and these are a bit like evolving. So what's sustainability today might be different than what was sustainability 10 years ago. I don't want to limit it.
Of course, of course.
So yes, that's it. 4.3 onwards, we have to change the number. Is there? I mean, so there's two ways we can do it. We can either change numbers of all the articles, or because this is all our time we have to present now, we have one more article just at the end instead of the first article for registration purposes, and this. We can either change the number of the articles, all of them, or what I prefer, let's keep them because we'll research them next year. We can just have first article be 5 this, 5 there, which is like 5, the first 5, the second 5, which is what they usually do in
I think it'd be better to renumber all of them just so if there's something missing, we don't have to go for a vote again. Excess number.
No, next year we have plans for many further changes. Anyway.
I think let's just renumber all of them just to be safe, no?
With any further suggestions?
How many,
Right.
how many articles do we have?
Okay, we have to open our statute because I'm not sure you guys have.
In the 2019 one?
Yes.
We have 31.
Yes, I know, but I want to open it.
31 articles.
Okay.
The problem that we have with the numbering is all the previous documents that we create, and if they want to look
Yes,
the new stuff,
that
they
is.
will have trouble to find it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yes.
Connection between the previous file with the new file.
But again, this is a continuous process of optimization, which will go. This is our previous statute. We'll also change the text from the 2 times New Roman suggestion formatting. I prefer Times New Roman. It's more official, it's more classical, it has more Polish look. Times New Roman, these are the older articles. Again, a lot of them needs consideration. For example, data protection, we have to reference the GDPR, because now it's part of the data protection. But I mean, if we want to reach Article 13, maybe we have like 7 days, 3 days. So let's keep it here for now. And yeah, the last article is basically it replaces the present statute shall refer to 2017 and basically say that. One second, let me draft it because it basically says that
It's a long day. Very important.
we are discussing a lot of tough things that is really not like here, right? So some people are concentrating, some are not. But you know, this is really important for the network, for the association, for the doing. Our idea, like what we discussed with us as a team member of the institute, is that we are not limiting it, we are actually expanding. So let's say that's kind of idea. You have some suggestion. Let's say regarding mission. We started back in 2009, sorry, 2021. November, Athens, and behind our meeting.
Okay.
So we decided this mission. Then we internally discussed with MB agreed. We get vote. We discussed it internally with all volunteer, not member. We get the vote. We internally discussed with not internally. Like I should say, like we invited all the members through the EMA channel. So there was like open live session in June, Zoom platform. We get the vote and then we said, okay, let's do some practice for at least 1 more year. If we receive any concern, then still have a chance. So from 21 November till today, we found like somehow it seems okay because no one actually raised concerns. So following around legal requirement, we are doing the legal things, but it is still open. Let's say you find something, you know, time is moving. So whatever we have right now is from 2017, then we said in 2019. Whatever we are doing now, but it is still, let's say, we are not limiting. Something that really take too much time is still because of law things like legal things. But take it that way that whatever your suggestion, please feel free to raise a suggestion to the legal team. And now whatever we are doing, there is a new law last time we see from the Belgian government, thanks to the commission, thanks to the previous service provider, they have a legal firm, they check all the documents, they put a lot of comments, and then our legal team they spent like last 2 months, just 1 week and just. So we are doing this thing. So the idea is like, let's please read. Maybe you have something that we never consider, you know. So next year we'll look for some more changes. So what Nazim mentioned, even if we start discussing some one article, it will take like 7 days GA. And it actually happened. Back in 2017, I can still recall, it was like 4-hour discussion that's supposed to take us 15 minutes. And finally we made it. So what you see is like also like last 10, 15 years discussion. What you see now, regarding mission is like 3 years discussion. So this is the way how legal works. Okay. So, any questions? Anything?
The last procedural article is, I believe, as the association continues to seek improvement, we're suggesting it was approved on the 25th of May 2024 in Istanbul, Turkey. Which, by the way, we can't say Turkey anymore officially. We say Turkey, and yes, so we're politically correct. And on this date, it was approved. The changes of 4.1 to 5.5 specified, and we will have to register those stages at the official Belgian government. I believe either our support team or our legal team would have to register it depending on the mandate. We would hope our support team has to register it within 30 days at the Francophone Commercial Court of Belgium. So if the support team doesn't have the capacity, I live in Belgium, I'll go and present that these are the changes and we will register them. So any final notes, Marcus?
My official name of Türkiye was not spelled correctly.
Yes.
I'm working on it.
We're working on it. This is a Turkish keyboard, that's why I actually use a German keyboard.
Or German.
Yes, even for an English keyboard I find it difficult.
You have to try with Finnish.
I have a suggestion on the last article.
Yeah.
You just showed. So the article mentions your name. So I would suggest that you mention that position as a legal director of 2325 management board.
Okay, so this would either help, this would serve two purposes. One, help us potentially register, and two, more importantly, so while we were looking at the statutes, we really weren't familiar with the people who were involved in them. So I couldn't reach out to the people who actually worked on them, drafted them, to invite them, because that was a long time ago. So I would be happy if the General Assembly meets in 10 years and they invite me to reflect what we discussed today or in the future and in the management board. That might be helpful. So
I have like a quick general question.
Yes.
Okay, like
so you will have to
So I want to follow up on your comment before you finish.
Okay.
So it won't be a problem if you mention legal director 2025 in the
Okay, you can suggest the legal director of 2024, 2023 to 2025.
We also have to not call it legal director, but the official terminology.
Yes.
Director of
Legal,
and
yes,
internal affairs.
director of the legal and internal affairs.
And then 2025.
The director of legal and internal affairs.
Legal and internal affairs.
It's okay. Just call.
For the years. Let's not use an abbreviation because it messes up the time.
Cool down.
23, 25.
Of the years.
Yeah, but there might be some changes.
Yes.
Alright, so I have, let's say, a general part of regarding the statutes and the law in general. So let's say we pass certain statutes and amendments in a certain GA, and we have like a continuous evolution process of the whole law and the statutes ranging from multiple years. Let's say if we face an operational scenario, contradictory clauses against each other in a certain situation, or let's say the laws of international regulations have changed, and at a certain point we face a clash with our statutes against international law. So at that point of time, we amend our statute at the point, or we have to like wait for a year and
We have to amend, whenever the law changes, we have to amend. So I believe you have to also this. Yes, so every time the law changes, we have to amend, but I believe the fact that an entire law of 300 pages was drafted in the few previous years, and it took a very long process to reach it. I'm not sure if the further changes will change the law. But again, of course it will at some point, but I'm not sure. Do you want to?
No. It's okay.
Is there?
I have one last question, sorry.
Yes.
When will this go, when will this new statute go into effect, one? And two, do we have like a section where we say like, before, for matters up to this date, we will be following the old statute, or like we need to have some mapping between the old statute and this statute, right? So that there is a bit of, like you said, reverse engineering, you can reverse engineer which statute was followed when.
Okay. Let me have. Can you 32.1? No, 32.2.
No, but the other one should
The
be
changes shall take immediate effect. Or shall, no. We can either have it immediate, or we can give a temporary phase, or we can have it upon registration.
Registration of members?
No, registration at the Commercial Board of Belgium, of Brussels.
Which one is better?
Which one, like, what are
I think by law is, I think that by law is when there is registered, because the government also needs to know. So I think everything takes like
But
an
for our,
extra.
okay, we can have it, shall take effect immediately upon registration.
Registration required, francophones.
Yes, immediately upon the upon registration, that's not limited.
Okay.
with the earliest statute to come in?
With the Belgian authorities, with the relevant Belgian registration act.
Relevant in country.
The relevant
In country.
Belgian authorities. So that's 3.32.1. Authorities. So, by the way, it's only us who were able to vote per our previous statute. The article that says so is Article 16.1. Somebody looks it up. I believe, I hope. It's not here. We haven't reached it yet. But our aspiration is that next year maybe we reach it and allow the whole community to be able to vote on this and many matters like the financial report through an online vote. So that's our aspiration. Because in the previous law, which obviously in 1923 was drafted, didn't include this possibility, but the new law includes the possibility of online voting, so we hope that in the previous years we have a larger number of voters.
Right.
Yes.
One very small thing. Is it the last one, 32.1 or 32.2?
So this last one will be 32.2 point. Not yes, 32.2 point. And we delete this, so this is 32.1. And change the title to amendments. No,
the first paragraph.
So, so this is 32.1. And we can title the two amendments. So, amendments, not just this law, because now we are taking into effect the amendments, no amendments. Okay. So, yes.
Sorry, I really don't know about legal stuff, so I just want to understand a little bit more. This statute, it will be registered and everything, but next year, so we'll be changing it again until hopefully we have revised all articles.
So we have 30 articles, 32 articles to be precise. We're going consecutively. I mean, we don't have to do it next year, but I'm really next year, maybe the future legal directors will do such a project. But I'm keen on always revisiting the legal documents and legal procedure. But I would perhaps start by Article 5 and until say 10 and or until 15 or yes, that's the procedure we envision. We wanted to have it all at the same time, but then if you don't get to discuss it, you know, taking that time, it would not be that reflective. And I would prefer things to be by consensus instead of voting. Because consensus can always be reached. And I mean, we always have this idea that, yeah, if 3 or 4 people agree, they never reach a conclusion. As you can see, there are a lot of people who can always have consensus. It's just you have to search for the least common denominator and really consider the suggestion. So somebody suggested, let's make this. Your first instinct would be, can this be considered? And then you would be, okay, let's not make this. So that's why it took some time.
Yeah, I
Okay.
completely understand that part.
Is articles, yes.
Sorry.
No, please proceed.
I was just, on my non-legal mind, was trying to understand. This will then take several years, like 3 years maybe 1, we don't know. How does that work with the numeration? Because you were mentioning it will work with these, and then we will be referring to a document that was not the most recent one, not the last version, but 2, 3 versions before. Will someone who is not trained in legal, reading legal documents be able to track all these changes or to understand with this different numeration?
Let me give you an example of the remuneration. If we go, for example, so this is the Rome statute that established the International Criminal Court, which I studied, so I know that's why I'm referring to it. We have no connection. We're not speaking on behalf of any international court, the caveat. So when they added, for example, Article 8, they simply added, they have 8, again, sorry to put this on the screen. It's just the first thing that I thought about. Article 8, they added Article 8 this, and then Article 9 says 9. Because if they want to make Article 8, and then Article 9 written, the whole article sequence would change. So here they added Article 15, but then added Article 15, they called it 15 this. The one after it, they called it 15 term, and it's the sleep. I don't know what's after a term. I don't speak Latin, but if somebody does that, it would be very impressive. So yeah, that's the numeration, sure.
So we will keep that numeration until we have revised the 30
Yes,
articles.
I mean, ideally, yes.
So it happens.
Good choice of example. Very relevant.
Yes.
Yeah, can I make it that can for me? Thank you.
So did we approve 31.1 and 31.2? Are there any concerns?
32.1 and
32.1, 32.2. Point. Okay, I believe it's approved by consensus.
I have just one small question, because at the beginning you said that you're gonna change it from statutes to statute.
Yes.
But then the whole statute, it includes the word statute, like that prudent.
I know.
So I think, do we have to go back and change it from that plural to
Next
singular?
year, but because usually we only have one statute. The statutes, yeah.
But then it will not be consistent with the whole document.
Because to go to the same example, it's Rome statute, so it's in the singular. Again, it's a matter maybe of translation. I'm not saying that it was wrong or right. It's just linguistically. Again, there's no. So yeah, it's a statute article.
Yeah, my point is that in articles 1 to 5 now it's gonna be in the singular form, and then 5 to 33.
That doesn't affect. So statute is the singular, but that's in no way criticism. Like I mean, these documents take a long process to reach, and the drafters of these documents really care more about the content and to seek approval than to waste everybody's time on drafting. So yeah, that's I hope that answers your question. So thank you very much. I've taken too much time, but thank you very much. We no longer vote. We approved all the articles by consent.
Yes.
Is it okay? Can you do the consistency in the like photography also? Like what we usually do by raising your hand or something that we are reading. Because what is
No, but we agree upon
it's
that.
okay or not?
Oh, there's no need. There is no need. Like,
Because you like go, it's my understanding. I'm from legal guy. Last 3 years, whatever the conscious level, all these years we agree. Something like that, raising hands.
no, yeah,
But they just want to do it as photo.
it's a different problem.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah, so it's okay. There's no need.
For the likes.
Maybe somebody take a picture.
Okay, I think everyone is good enough. For this is
Who is ugly? Who is ugly?
I must acknowledge the time legal team is spent, along with the president, vice president, Muslim director, Shahid, members coordinator, and Prabdot. He's here somewhere. Will take our voice. Thanks to them, they really listen to our voice.
A lot of work.
And still they need to listen to our now, let's do this.
I also especially want to thank Razi here, because all the GA attendees don't know.
Yeah.
He has exceptionally good legal background. He went meticulously, article by article, discussed with us. This could be a problem in the future. This could be better now. So I really would appreciate if we all can give a big hand to Razi.
Okay, it's sending.
You will put a condition only for photo, huh?
And for the French version.
And for the French version.
Translation.
There is someone taking videos. Okay, you must take that one.
Someone should vote no just for the terms, you know.
Who liked me?
Thank you.
No way to see. No, this is no way to see. Thank you so much, Razi. Guys, two things. I will take 3 minutes. Just 3 minutes, and then we will go for lunch. There is a adjustment. So the final is supposed to take place from 12. It will take place after the lunch. And one more thing, I would like to invite our panel moderator from yesterday was discussed in the last panel. Mr. Rajan Buyan, our teacher and capacity building director, because we discussed a lot of things. Now there is something we would like your consent to, let's say, like go for a declaration. That it's not a changing. EMA in the GA we have discussed this. So we agreed that EMA can actually officially, let's say, send this information to the right authority to consider that EMA people think this is this. Rajan, thank you.
Thank you. So before let's give a context. We had a panel discussion yesterday, the last panel, the last thing to happen officially yesterday. We are all joint degree students and alumni. It's a very particular type of degree that we have started. And if you don't realize it, we are the largest students and alumni association in the world for joint degree programs. Now, the European Union is going for a bigger version of such a degree throughout Europe. We have experiences, we have, let's say, real experiences of what could be different problems faced by students and alumni of joint degree programs, right? Normal students will face certain problems that we face. So we have, from our experience, face problems and maybe come up with solutions. But that knowledge right now only is within us. A lot of people that will come, prospective joint students, joint degree students, let's say in the future for bachelor, master's and PhD, we want to help them. We also want to give our knowledge to them and also relevant authorities. Hypothetical examples of it. This is a problem like visa. You will face this problem, a potential solution could be this. This problem, a potential solution could be this. So what we want to do in this general assembly, we would like to take this opportunity to declare that as Raji mentioned, Erasmus Mundus Students and Alumni Association, AISBL, we want to make a declaration that we are there for all the relevant authorities to provide our knowledge, our support. So they take our advice, take our suggestion, use our experiences to make the experience of future students much better. They don't face the same problem as us. They already get solutions. This declaration I really wanted to make from this year with your approval that we, as an association of joint degree students, we want to be there with our experiences, with our knowledge. So we make the EU degree a better experience for future students. This is declaration we want to make. So if I have your...
Maybe you can do it in Wyndham before, so we can have a proposal and then we can decide. Yeah?
We can do that.
So we can share it in the group. We can share it in the group where we are, and then we can decide upon what is written in the text if we agree or we don't agree with that. Yeah.
So what we can do is share this document, we read, and then we, as an association, we declare that yes, from this general assembly, we have this declaration, 1, 2, 3, 4, that we want to, let's say, go forward. So this is what I wanted to share with you. So I'll share the document, whatever we want from this general assembly as a declaration. We declare this, maybe we can later this day, we can have a hand raise or maybe reach a consensus. So we can come up as an output of this general assembly, the declaration. Declaration is an output. Yeah, just to put that in context, just wanted to tell you what is coming out of that. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, in my proceeding time is 1:01. We are coming back by 2. Whatever happens to yesterday was 1.5 hour long lunch, today is 1 hour long lunch. Because tonight we have something, so we have been really ready for this. So thank you so much, and we're coming back just in 58 minutes. Thank you so much.